Give me that GameCube.
Please take a
Give me
look
that
at this.
GameCube. Yeah! Everything's fucked. Oh no. Oh, it's a new Mario game. Kirby? Air Ride 2? It can't be. Nah, they won't give us an Air Ride 2. There's absolutely no way. Of course it's Sakura. The greatest Nintendo Direct there has ever been, or will ever be. They went all out, and the Nintendo Switch 2 is also one of the most hype consoles ever. So I'm not going to go over all the reveals. I'm just going to skip through and give my thoughts on the highlights. Open World Mario Kart. That it just gets better as it goes on more and more when you realize like all the online connectivity. And one revelation I had during the presentation was, yeah, if this is just a Steam Deck, you don't need Nintendo games on the PC if Nintendo finally like catches up to the PC, and if the online connectivity is really good and it has its own like Discord functionality. Yeah, guess what? You are the PC now, and you're able to just have an open multiplayer experience. Really, the only thing that's like missing is an MMO or some kind of Nintendo Pokemon MMO game. I don't think we're getting that on the Nintendo Switch 2, but if it is that powerful, really cool. The rest of it is just like super duper awesome stuff. Like all of this. They brought playing with your friends in 2005 or sooner, or like, you know, the 2000s era, go over to a friend's house, play on the Nintendo. They brought that to anywhere ever, and now you just have couching with the homies at all points because technology has given us everything we wanted as a kid, so I'm happy for the new generation. And all the technology stuff just gets better and better because, oh, wait, the Kinect is back with modern technology stuff. Like, you just pop in, it does the auto-cropping, like, technology's good. The sound cancellation they showed is good. So even if it is like, oh, it's not the top of the line, best thing you can ever get, like, it's just plug and play and goes with friends. And I'm excited for this as a content creator as well. Like, I get the camera and just auto face cams everything through my capture device, which I'm probably gonna have to buy like a new Elgato just to make sure I have like clean and pristine going on for this. Millennials, and I'm addressing only millennials here, but everyone watching this video needs to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Share your thoughts on everything that went down here. But millennials, is this not everything you wanted growing up? Nintendo, like, oh, that's also really hype, where it's like, yeah, you just Nintendo Switch Online, you press the connection button, and then you get all your friends in, and you're just playing for realsies. That's the coolest thing. Is this not what you wanted to see the future become when you're playing at your friend's house on the Nintendo 64, GameCube, or Wii? And that's like one thing that upset me, because the Nintendo Switch had a lot of promise for that, but never materialized for my friends. I don't know if that's like exclusive to me, or if it just kind of happened with everyone else too. This is what I thought the Nintendo Switch was more going to be like, not actually having these features, but we get in a call with the homies, and then we go on Nintendo Switch Online, and we play Super Mario World because that's like one of the staples. Or we get the expansion pass, and we play Nintendo 64 games together. That never happened with the group. The most we did was like Panel de Pon, but then that was only for like a couple of people. So this is what I expected the weekly hangout with the bros to be, and it didn't. So does the Nintendo Switch 2 just like super unlock that. Actually, the weird thing is, if you go back through the channel, playing Super Smash Bros. 4 on the 3DS was more everyone got together and we were just hanging out, having a good time playing like the 3DS games together, even though Nintendo Switch gave us a lot of that older stuff and a lot of the connection and just like online co-op that we wanted. So this is like a dream. So even if it doesn't happen with my friend group, I hope it happens for other friend groups, and I hope like this is actually the average Nintendo user experience for millennials and I guess older Zoomers as they grow up. But like that was also really crazy where it's like everyone can just play their own game and you're chilling together. That's incredible. And then everything else about the Nintendo Switch 2 looks amazing that you can expect that you can be like, yeah, Nintendo knows they have to make their own Steam Deck. And when I see this, I'm going, how are they going to keep it under $700? Well, actually, maybe like, how are they going to keep it under $600? Oh, it's $450. It's under $500. Perfect. Like, you know you want deep down in your heart for it to be $399 because that's a nice retail number, but $450 for everything we saw is fair. And you can register your interest to buy from the My Nintendo store? So you purchase it and select accessories from the official store? That's huge. And the bundle is $500? So, yep, that Nintendo's cooking. They have perfected the perfection they have strived into with the Nintendo Switch. Unbelievable. This is going to be crazy. But if that's just your next 8 years and it holds up, yeah, we're getting everything amazing, because the biggest problem about the Nintendo Switch is that it was underpowered when it released in 2017. People hate on Game Freak and Pokemon for absolutely no reason. But Breath of the Wild exists, and they made Tears of the Kingdom look good in Xenoblade. Yeah, like, cool, you only have, like, a couple of games that push the Switch to its absolute when they didn't have to. Like, the devs didn't need to be under the stress of working with an objectively underpowered console. So now, we're going to be way far ahead. We're going to have a lot more opportunity, and then we're going to see how this goes. Also, 1080p 60 in... No, wait. It's 4K 60, 1080p 120 for some games. An impossibility I never imagined for a Nintendo console. But if consoles can crank that out and still look great, we don't even need that. We don't even need 4K. We don't even need 1080p at 120. So it just upgraded now. Like, okay, cool. Games can actually look good instead of being handicapped objectively by the Nintendo Switch. That also means more possibilities. So the power of the Nintendo Switch makes this possible. I don't think an open world overdriving kind of thing for Mario Kart was possible on Nintendo Switch, no matter how hard they tried. And also, I love this. I love the cutoff races where like you gotta hang in the top or you're out. So this game looks amazing. I've never gotten to Mario Kart because I sucked at it, and every time I tried, I'm just like, I don't care. But this actually looks fun, interactive, and engaging, and it's a launch title, and it's something to do in June. So I'm excited for all that. And then we have Nintendo going all in and all out. But what upsets me is I think this is actually too late. That really, when I'm thinking about it, the only thing I want the GameCube for is Melee now, because we get Kirby Air Ride 2. And also, Double Dash is the undefeated best Mario Kart game. Except World looks like it actually going to clean it. So without that, it's like, well, then what am I going to use the Nintendo GameCube online for? I guess. But there's already Wind Waker HD stuff, I guess. Like, the revisit ain't too crazy, but you can. And if they don't mess around with Melee and the online functionality is good, I guess that's worth it. That's worth your Nintendo Switch, like, premium stuff. And then just other games that kind of pop up. Because, like, the only other thing would be like, Kirby Air Ride 2 with Nintendo Switch Online and auto plays for the friends. There's probably a couple of other GameCube experiences, right? The entire console wasn't only Melee, Double Dash, and Air Ride. Right, chat? And that's, like, another disappointing thing. Like, even when they had the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online Virtual Console, homies never got together and played anything. And even though you got all the goated games. So that's why I'm kind of excited to see like how the Nintendo Switch 2 develops and all this other fun stuff. And then other weird things where like I had a reaction to this where I'm going, is this a Castlevania game? That's weird because it feels very Elden Ring. It feels very like From Softy storytelling. And then the impossible happen. Like, this is just all of this. The entire thing is impossible. The entire Nintendo Direct is so incredible. It's impossible because what do you mean we're getting a brand new FromSoft game announcement on a Nintendo Direct? We're the ones that, like, you get excited when you hear one of your favorite, like, 5-year-old games on a different console is finally getting ported over to Nintendo Switch. We have Duskblood, so, like, Bloodborne, Duskborn game on the Nintendo Switch. That looks pretty freaking cool. Also, the Elden Ring announcement itself, we're like, oh yeah, Elden Ring's gonna be on Nintendo Switch too. That's kind of the sickest thing ever. So any Elden Ring holdouts out there, now's your time. Get into Elden Ring. It's incredible. So yeah, even this was like a really cool thing. And they said, all right, I think they said like this is going to be our last partner game announcement. And then they're like, oh, by the way, one more thing. And then they did another one more thing. They leaned all in. They knew exactly what was happening. So there you get Mario Odyssey 2 or some kind of Mario 2D, 2.5D, whatever game they're cooking up as your staple. And so I saw a star and I'm like, Mario star. But then like, all right, that's the Warp Star. That's Kirby. I think... See, here's how you can do how cooked is your brain test. If you thought Super Smash Bros, you're too hype in the sauce. You only know bad actors and fake content creators giving you fake reactions and over dramatization. I know I flipped my keyboard, but that wasn't a fake over dramatization. That was genuine expression of my joy at that moment because the only thing I've wanted in the last 10 years since the entirety of Nintendo Switches, why don't we get GameCube Virtual Console so we can enjoy all the goated games again? And I've wanted Kirby Air Ride 2 for like 20 years. The entire Wii era into Nintendo Switch era. So that's what I mean, where it's like, yeah, this is it. And it's like, you know what? Kirby could drop into his, like, this doesn't automatically mean Air Ride right here yet. Even though he's trying to make the star work so he doesn't crash in the ground. This could be him dropping into the Smash Bros. Universe. This could be him dropping into a new Dreamland. But there's also like the impossibility coming in. That's where it's like, all right, this is just the best Nintendo Direct of all time. Cannot be topped because of everything that came before it. And then the multiple layers of impossible that keep on happening with all these announcements. I still didn't even believe it here. When they put an engine on the Warp Star, I thought there's still no way. It's something. It's dead. Same thing on GameCube. Like GameCube Virtual Console's dead. Like none of this is actually possible. So beyond incredible. The thing is, like, we need details and we need City Trial, and it's coming out this year. So that's like the only. And actually, it's not even a fear. If this somehow doesn't like capture City Trial, we're going to get it on the GameCube. So we're good. We got her out. But outside of that, like, if they've like embraced everything and like make a unlimited like 25-minute city, like the thing is there is a free play City Trial, but it's not the same as having like your 7-minute battle royale. But like if they make like what can they do? They just need that. They just need to like capture the perfection of City Trial, make the races a bit more engaging. So there's really no reason to do the actual races. City Trial was the only reason you play Kirby Air Ride. And they all in on that. It's great. And then with this, I was like, everything else is so incredible. I don't care for a new Donkey Kong game, but I respect its place. I respect that, like, this is going to be a good game. A lot of people are going to enjoy. They have like the new Donkey Kong thing, so you can see a lot of embracing here. You can see Nintendo is all in, and they are accepting, and they're just going. They are now feeling themselves. They hit perfection with the Nintendo Switch, and they are carrying that strive to further perfection, and I can only respect it. Even though, like, I'm not like, oh man, this is my new I must buy game. Am I going to pick it up? Probably not. Am I going to do content about it? Probably not. I got other things to do and look forward to, but this is definitely going to be for a lot of people, and it might actually just turn into a great classic immediately on Nintendo Switch. A lot of people like Donkey Kong Country Returns. I couldn't. That's the problem about the Donkey Kong Country franchise, or the Donkey Kong franchise, is Donkey Kong Country 2 is such a perfect game. It's all like I'm not saying it can't be topped, but it's a 9.99 out of 10, and to hit that 10 out of 10, whenever I see like 3D or whatever like returns kind of vibes, I'm like, they can't catch it. It can't be topped. And even also Donkey Kong Country 1 being so incredible. So with that, it's like, I'm like, you know what? We can't have Donkey Kong Country 2 ever again. Donkey Kong, I'm permanently burned out on Donkey Kong Country, and that's fine. I can still acknowledge this is a good game. And now we just kind of get to see what the future brings. But the release date, also really cool, June 5th. So yeah, it's happening soon. We're going to have things to do. We got great games and an incredible lineup. And it's going to complement everything else going on and everything else to play. And whenever we get the Pokemon Legends release date, we need Pokemon Champions in the summer, though. Like, Pokemon Champions being announced in development scares me because that can't be a 2026 game. Pokemon's dead until then. But I guess at least we got things to do. We got things to do while Pokemon's dead. Cool. Great success, 50 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.